more people that show up, the more successful it'll be for that purpose.
Absolutely. So if anybody needs information about that, you can give Jeannie Erickson a call. I believe they're back from Idaho. Jeannie and Ed, I think they got, I don't know if they're, I thought they were, yeah. Okay, so in a couple of days they'll be back. She's on text, she's on email, you can call her. They're just down, visiting with family. But I would love for us to be involved there. And again, what a great testament to your hearts. The third and final thing we were able to do was help an agent inside Keller Williams as well that faced some medical challenges. And I'm not going to talk about the person because I don't want to do that. But just know that when they're...
talk about the person.
Okay, Fred had a van drop on him.
$29 oil change.
Yep. The best part about this whole thing is that Diet said when, after Fred was crushed by his van, no kidding, and in the emergency room and in the hospital, she said, honey, an oil change cost $29. And now we're looking at, I believe at last count, they were looking at about $20,000 in surgery expenses, and that number will continue to go up.
It's double that.
Okay, I figured. And before that, there was a knee surgery that was unexpected. That was to the tune of $15,000 plus that they were dealing with. So we were able to step up and help and give a contribution just to get them started of $1,129 for an oil change for the next time.
Who does that oil get changed?
I went and changed it.
And going forward, you guys can expect we'll probably be doing some sort of fundraiser to help with that as well. Insurance is a challenge for realtors. Really all you've got as an option is a high deductible major medical. I call it my cost of fortune pays for nothing policy. And it's $600 a month to carry it, and it can be tough. So these things happen, and it's amazing that you guys are here to step up and help. So that being said, I'm going to start a little piece of paper around. I'm going to start it over here with Nate, and then you can push it this way. If you are not on the giving form on your commission sheets for AK Cares or Keller Williams Cares, even if you think you already are and you go, oh, no, I've been doing that for a while, sign up. You don't have to put a dollar amount. I don't want you to have to disclose that. If you just put your name on here and check KW Cares or Alaska Cares or both, we will contact you to get the dollar amounts and get you set up for automatic deduction. Here's what happens. Many of your assistants don't know that you guys want to be on here, and they don't tell us, so we don't take it. So don't assume that we know already, because your assistants are filling out your green sheets. They may or may not know what's supposed to be on there. Some of you, stopped some contributions after Habitat was over, which, of course, you didn't have to give it anymore, and didn't realize that we were not continuing to take on other things. We would just love to see you guys get involved. So I'm going to start this around, Nate, if you just pass it from here, and you guys feel free to add your name and put it on there. Okay, so here's what I want to talk about. I want to get back into the numbers, and I want to understand why. And I want to hear it from your perspective. Why did you guys jump 62 units closed this month as opposed to last year at this time? Why did you list double plus the homes that you've listed before? From your perspective, boots on the ground, in the field, what is it that's driving your production?
Your whip.
What?
Besides your bigger whip.
Right, whip.
So we need to get an even bigger one.
We're going to call that accountability.
Okay, you call it what you want.
Okay?
The market.
You want to be the writer?
No.
Please? Be the writer.
Okay, fine.
The market has shifted, and you've kept us updated so we can be there to grab the market as it's been.
Okay, so you're prepared for a shifted market. So preparation.
Jennifer, you're in front of the board.
You're in front of the camera.
Well, I want to be. Okay, so preparation. What? Okay, so you're prepared for the shift. What else?
E-Edge made a big difference this year.
Okay, so E-Edge.
Good job.
Yay, stock up.
Yay.
We know what that is.
What were the systems? What were the tools? What was the intangible thing? What was it for you that you can look at your business and say it increased? Here's why I'm asking. You understand, Joe and I put a ton of time into the training calendar, into our relationships with you guys, into adding value. We're doing that based on what we think you need. Got it? I would love to hear from you what's working so that we can plus it, and maybe what we think you need actually has zero impact on you. We can scrap it and do something that is of really great value.
The team meetings to me are really good because it really is motivational. And we get a lot of good information about what's happening in the market.
Okay, so there's value in the team meetings.
Jennifer, I'm brand new, been here 2 months.
Got your first deal under
Got my
contract
first
last
deal
night.
yesterday. There's at least 5 or 6 people in here who just were always willing to help me and do something that probably made getting that deal a whole lot easier.
Okay, so a culture of sharing.
Culture helps.
Okay, so a culture of sharing. What else helps you increase your production? Yeah,
Coaching.
coaching. I'm just curious.
Specifically for you,
More than one
yes.
for me, but coaching.
Matt has 3.
It takes a whole slew of people.
So here's my
Takes a
question:
village.
how many of you are involved in coaching? Whether it's MAPS, whether it's one, with someone else, whether it's Fast Track, Breakthrough. Interesting. Okay, good to see. Yes.
I just say consistency. I mean, it's been the same thing for the 5 years that I've been here. So as long as you keep applying it, you'll have steady growth.
It's simple. It's not easy. It's simple. You just do the same thing, time on task over time.
And as your sphere and as your client base increases, so does the amount of individuals that want to do business with you, and it multiplies.
Gotcha.
Compound interest.
The compound effect. Yes.
Know what your job is. Those of you in the ALC know that I didn't show up for work until April. I was in the office, but I didn't show up to work. And your job is not pushing paper. It's not talking at the coffee pot. Your job is get on the phone and start dialing.
Know your job. I may or may not have a kid who plays football, if y'all didn't know.
Oh.
You know what their saying is on the football team? Know your role.
Yeah.
Know your role. Yeah, that's applicable right here. Know your role. What's your role?
Lead generation,
Lead generate, write offers, negotiate offers, list property, and be accountable for the money. That's your role. Anything else is not your role. Doesn't mean it's not important, just doesn't mean that that's the priority for your day.
Another one is going to events and finding out what is happening, what's working in other places now, and bringing that back and utilizing it here. And then also meeting people down there for a referral network, because almost every time you go down there, you end up meeting somebody, you end up getting a referral within a few months of being down there that pays for the trip.
Yep.
So
I've never paid for a trip
it's events.
as an agent. I always got a deal out of it that more than paid for it. Yes.
Last year at this time we were in Bold. Now we've been through Bold, and that was a big game changer for me.
Which we're going to talk about in a minute. I'm sure you're shocked. Yes, Bob.
Mine's the right hire.
So leverage, but leverage with the right
The right
hire.
And that's DR.
So here's been, I'm just going to share this. Here's been my aha over the last. Here's been my aha over the last 3 weeks, is that Recruit Select, I mean, look at this easel right here. If one of those legs was broken, would the easel be standing?
No.
If one of them was even just a little off, what would be happening to it right now?
It would be unsteady.
It'd be wobbly, right? Well, illustration. We're really good with visuals.
Good
So
job.
here's my aha after working through some challenges with different agents that I work with. Recruit Select, which we'll be excited to get back on track. We just, with Bold coming, there's just no more time and Mega Camp. Sometimes we focus so much on the right talent piece, the first step of Recruit Select, that we forget Action Train and Lead Motivate. And my theory is that they're all equally important. Am I getting an amen?
Amen.
And we talk so much about the DISC and the AVA and hiring the right person, and we forget that Now we've got to train them really effectively. And I think we even give a lot of credence to that, because if they're not trained, it doesn't work, and then you're frustrated. But that last piece, and it's the one-day class, Lead and Motivate, that's the game changer. To me, that's the game changer, because if they're going to be with you for the long haul and produce at a high level, it's so critical that we lead and motivate. So this has, you know, if you're hiring, if you're running teams, if you're even hiring one person, I guess my challenge to you, and just going through this and really getting hit in the head with the 2x4 is, don't just stop at Recruit Select. Don't just stop at, oh, I got through the first 90 days of training, I'm good. That's when the job starts, leading and motivating.
Okay, this would be a good lead-in maybe. When's DR coming up next?
Next year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. DR's had some, DR has had some surgeries that he's had to deal with, and in rescheduling because of some major health challenges, it pushed us into Mega Camp and Bold and business planning and time management and ALC clinic all in the next 3.5 months. And so we're going to have to move it to the first part of the year. There are classes in the Northwest region though that you can go to, and thanks to the Daily Digest, you can see the regional calendar. You can hop on a plane and buzz down to Spokane or Bellingham or somewhere and take one. Yeah.
My best
Not at all.
class we've had in a long time is the Perfect Assistant, but it should be called how to perfect your business plan, your business. But it's called the Perfect Assistant.
With Monica Reynolds?
Yeah, but absolutely, it's about putting your office in order so you can go out and perform.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say, and I'm going to take this just a little back to what we're talking about, is it is education and training. You guys get that we don't want you to be, I've said this before, professional class takers, right? I don't expect you here for every single thing. That'd be crazy. You wouldn't sell any houses. But I want you to selectively look at that training calendar. Y'all, we work hard to get a nice paper newsletter out to you every month. It's all over the place. Look at it at the beginning of the month and time block and say, okay, what's going to impact my business today? What do I need to be at? I challenge you at the team meetings. I mean, we're working hard to deliver value for you. I challenge you. It's a place where you get something and you walk away and go, man, that was 45 minutes of my time. I got something out of it. It's going to work in my business. But education and training is so critical. The right education and training. What else is making your business work? Yeah.
One thing I like is we've talked so much about the DISC, and it's like, yeah, I heard about it, but you really perfect how that is, so we learn not just for hiring, but also working with clients. You know you have to work with the C different than you have to work with the D, and if you can get that in your mind when you work with those clients, it really helps you understand them, it helps you not take things personally, and it helps you tailor their experience. So I think talking about that
That's
a lot
why we talk about it over and over and over, because we want it top of mind. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, and I know she's going to point that thing at me, and I hate it. I have to give a shout out to the MCA office, because I know last year I was spending so much time fighting my commission checks, correcting commission checks, doing something with commission checks, and this year I don't even think about it, it shows up in my bank account. Huge amount of time there have Yeah.
So brokerage support has been a good thing for you. Okay. I could go with it. I could go with this for days, but we've got to keep moving because we have more to get on. So here's what I want to ask you guys. I would like to give each of you 13 more transactions in the next few months. Would you guys like them? Anybody gonna tell me no? No, I want $800 for them for 13 deals. Is that a fair trade? Yeah. So why are you not registered for Bold? I am. That's my question. That's the deal. That's it. I'm going to give you 13 deals. I'm going to ask you for $800. There's not one person in this room that would turn me down on that. I guarantee you. You would go sell whatever you had to sell. You would go, well, you would go do whatever it took. You would you not? If I told you, come into my office in 10 minutes and I'm going to give you 13 referrals, there are 98% conversion rate, I need $800 for it, but I'm handing you 13 deals. Is there one person in here that would go, no, that's just not a fair trade. I'm okay. And oh, by the way, I'm going to give them to you in January, February, March, where many of you, and I love you all, sometimes don't have closings for 3 months. Okay, so that's
Yay! Kevin Cross, you had something?
And I've heard it already. I've already done it. I've heard somebody tell me, I'm really busy right now. Okay, so I'll take your 13 deals and I'll go give them to Tara. Would anybody be okay with that?
I'll take them.
Are you ever to, Brian says, I'm okay with that. Are you ever to, I mean, is there anyone here who says, seriously, like I don't want another deal. I am tapped out. I cannot take another commission check. Do y'all understand the logic here? I mean, I know that you feel like sometimes, and I'm just going to call a spade, sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, they're forcing bold down our throat. It's coming back. It's kind of like your kids. You know what's for their own good. I love when we go through the weekly paydays and the list takes forever to get through. That's a great problem to have. I love that because you're making money. Right? I mean, I love when you come bouncing in my office and go, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe. I love the texts on Saturday. I listed 5 houses this month. I just got it for sale by owner under contract because you're excited when you do it. And we're giving you the tool to help you do it again and to help you do it in the most difficult time of the year for realtors. There is no excuse not to take it. There just isn't. And I don't mean to sound hardline, but that's just the truth. Yes.
Bring somebody with you to Bold too.
Absolutely.
Bring somebody with you to Bold if you want to participate in some profit share.
Well, we're going to get back from Mega Camp and we're going to have a team meeting. And what are we going to do on that team meeting after the 21st? Give out profit share checks, right? Ryan, did you get some decent profit share checks this year?
No, but I did.
Matt, did you get some decent profit share checks? Melissa?
I made $600 last year because I invited someone to Bold, or not last month.
Yeah, it was your invitation to Bold, and when you invited someone to Bold,
Hold on.
July has doubled her business
Yeah, hold
because
on.
you invited somebody
There's
to
a lot more to that story because, I mean, I don't know, July, I'm going to put you on the spot. Has your life been enriched since being part of Keller Williams?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Can
A
you
good
share,
decision for your business?
Yes, the best business decision I've ever made.
Okay.
you're on track to double your business, right?
And that started with Elisa's invitation to Bold.
Yeah, it absolutely did. And I can tell you, and I may embarrass her, but she can hit me later. July has a brand new vehicle that will be paid off in a couple of weeks.
Next paycheck.
Next commission check. She bought it 3 months ago. 4 months ago, maybe, to be fair.
3-4.
Okay, she paid it off in less than 6 months. We were in coaching and she was like, do you know what that feels like? To buy a new car and don't have a car payment because I'm closing deals and I'm writing deals and I'm closing deals. Now, Bold is a game changer. So, I mean, if you don't want to do it, that's fine. I'll give your 13 deals to someone else because somebody's going to sell them. It's what we talk about all the time. For every time that you don't take advantage of something like that, you're putting $6,000, the average commission on a $200,000 house. Matt's putting it on his desk and he's saying, Heather, you can come take this $6,000 from me because I don't need it. I don't want it. So the sign-up's going around. All I need is a name. We'll take care of getting you registered. Some of you are already registered. The first step is free. You come and make your decision as to whether you want to get involved or not. But I would challenge you, it's the best thing you can do for your business.
I pay $800 just to hang out with Chris McNamara.
Yeah. Well, what does mastery coaching cost you? Stalker, you're a mastery coaching. What does it cost a month? Go.
Jennifer Toomer.
Not at all.
Nope. John Maxwell.
John Maxwell, keynote speaker at Mega Camp. Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey, I'm on that. Matt and I are on the Family Reunion Task Force Planning Committee, and I had a conference call right before I came down here. And he's secured, signed, delivered, paid, and Dave Ramsey will be the keynote speaker at Family Reunion. Phenomenal, phenomenal. I think everybody in here knows who he is. If he isn't, go Google him. You'll find out real quick how to get your finances in order fast. Some of you are even a part of his referral network on his internet and radio campaign. So super excited about that. The payment plan for Family Reunion will be announced on right after Mega Camp. I'm just going to say
One thing about Family Reunion. I am taking a beating right now. I am getting verbally trash talked and whipped because I haven't pushed on Mega Camp, and Patrick Woods in Roseville is, we're still number 2 in the country, but Patrick Woods is ahead of us. And he's ahead of us by, as a matter of fact, Diana Kokoska called me on my cell phone this morning while I was blow drying my hair. That was great. To tell me that I'm getting beat by Patrick and I better step it up for Mega Camp. I've chosen to focus on Family Reunion because I believe for our market center, so you're not hearing a big push from me on it. I'm telling you right now, payment plan comes out. If you're not on it, get registered. We're going to crush VIP, first of all, and Dave Ramsey's going to be there. They're changing the whole format. It's a huge anniversary celebration. They've got some amazing speakers already lined up and planned. It's going to be a game changer. The last thing I want to do before we break that I can think of, unless Joe or Allison reminds me of something, is thank Janice Peterson for being in our team meeting. Thank you. I feel like I should say bow your heads and close your eyes, but I'm curious if anybody, are you guys using, just if I can get some feedback, have you guys been sending business Janice's way?
Yes.
I'm hearing amazing feedback in terms of customer service and help. Did you tell me you had 51 prelim orders open a couple weeks ago when we were talking?
74.
Oh, wow. There are agents from
We
Remax.
double that at least every month.
I love it. There are agents from other companies that are coming over here because number 1, Janice, number 2, the service. They already know that you've got 3 weeks out on prelims at other title companies, so she is rocking it. Come to the 3rd floor, meet her, talk to her, and usually she'll stalk you down because she's all over the place walking around and offering to help you guys.
I did hear that other title
snacks.
companies are 2 and 3 weeks out on prelims. We're 3 days.
Yeah. So if you need a prelim sometime before you close the deal, you might want to call Janice.
Unless they
We
have
had
a
a couple
question, you
deals
know.
transferred because of that.
Yeah, I know
It's not
for-
because they're busier. Our numbers speak, but we're getting them out, so.
Yep, it's service, right? It's the same thing as your business, it's service. What were you gonna say, Matt?
I was just saying, and if you have a question, on the 3rd floor, it's pretty nice having a title officer right here in our building that you can go ask questions, get a power of attorney provided for you. I mean, it's just, there's a lot of services right there that you just need to go talk to them.
I sent an agent down the other day, she had a question for me, and truth be told, I could have helped her, but it would have taken me probably 3 or 4 hours to do the research that I know that they can pop up in about 2 seconds. I said, go talk to Janice, and by the way, you should meet her. She goes, oh, I've already got 2 deals going with her. I'm gonna go talk to her right now, so.
I asked Janice for a power of attorney, left a message, and she called me back and had that power of attorney to me in less than an hour.
And she also spent time with our admin team, talking to them about what we can do to make their job easier or vice versa.
That's a
Yeah,
huge
that's the other
value.
thing. If you hire a newer assistant or someone that maybe is a little bit new to the business, we have been spending time with the assistants teaching them what is title insurance, what is escrow, what do we do.
That's a huge value.
So we're glad
That's
to,
massive.
meet with them.
I didn't even know that,
Oh,
that you
yeah.
were doing that. That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
She
Thank
offered
you.
that as soon as she met me.
Awesome. Am I missing anything, guys?
Do we have a drawing or something? Why did we sign up?
Oh, we did have some, I'm gonna let you rest your arm and we can do some drawings.